Welcome to the Fuller Tracy Monday Audio Commentary. This is Owen Tracy recording. It's 4:03 p.m. that is Central Time, and today is April 8th. Well, we've had fanfare in the markets today. We had big rallies in risk assets. The vast majority of stocks jumped. Oil prices dropped by about $13. Gold initially was up in a dynamic manner, paired some of that advance through the day. There was a big rally in bond prices in the immediate aftermath of the news about a ceasefire in Iran. But then we started to see a little bit of doubt creeping in. So we're still in an uncertain environment. There are a lot of questions that have not yet been answered. It is still the opinion of the markets that we are at the end of the most dangerous part of this adventure, and that now we're in the realm of negotiation. And the breaking of the ceasefire is also part of that negotiation. Because what Iran is basically saying is that it is not enough for the USA to abide by a ceasefire, but Israel has to do so as well. And then not just in Iran, but also against the Iranian proxies in Lebanon and perhaps also in Gaza. So that is a broader spectrum demand. And of course, then we have lots of other questions about whether uh, whether the ceasefire will be productive or whether it will fail. And this, of course, raises an important question. One of the greatest parallels that people have been talking about was whether this entire exercise was going to be the equivalent for the US empire as it was for the British and French empires with the Suez Canal. We can look back at the British and French Suez Canal experience. Could they have sent in ground forces and completely annihilated the Egyptian army and forcibly taken over control of the lock system and ensured that they continue to hold it? Well, the reality is they probably could have, but it would have represented a very significant loss of the lives of their own men. It would be a significant expenditure in terms of their own capital. And then, of course, it would have basically resulted in mass casualties on the Egyptian side. And during that standoff, there were significant questions asked, but ultimately, Egypt still owns the Suez Canal and still charges tariffs to go through the lock system.